Greetings. I was going over some readings in regards to Albert Pike's letter to Horace Greeley. And when I heard Horace Greeley, I automatically thought of the teachings from the Moors. They always teach about the Whiggamore party. And Taj teaches in regards to the Con-Science Whigs, who was anti-slavery, and the Cotton Whigs, who was pro-slavery. Albert Pike, he wrote a letter to Greeley telling him that another man was a part of the Know Nothing Party, which is in opposition to Roman Catholics with their oath. We're going to go over the oath. As well, I wanted to point it out that they was in opposition to the political dynasty known as the family, the political machine that dominated the territorial and state Democratic Party until the eve of the Civil War. And we read over the South saying they would not have peace with the North or the United States or anyone until they had independence and nationality, because United States was trying to push the white and black caste system, supporting their institutions on slavery and inequality. Albert Pike has written a letter to Greeley's personal organ to certify that he saw Senator Wilson at a national convention of the Know Nothings Party at Philadelphia in 1845. Thereupon, he cites the oath of the KN Lodges to prove what Senator Wilson must have sworn in order to get there. He says this oath is as binding now as it was then. So if Greeley was a member of the Know Nothings, he would have knew that Senator Wilson was a member, but Albert Pike was sending this. Borland joined Albert Pike, Danley, former Whigs, and other anti-family elements in organizing a state Know Nothing party. James Yale published an anti-Catholic pamphlet that led to a series of violent attacks on the small Roman Catholic population in Little Rock. These events culminated in the party's victory in the capital city's municipal elections in 1856, and that was from the Encyclopedia of Arkansas. The Know Nothing candidate for the vice presidency. A card from Albert Pike. Sir, was Henry Wilson a Know Nothing? You say that you are constantly receiving letters asking an answer to this question. I will answer it. I was a delegate too and a member of the National Council of the Know Nothing Party in the summer of 1855 at Philadelphia, and one of 7 delegates from a southern state. I found present Senator Wilson in that body when I entered. He sat in it during the whole session and helped settle that platform. Being one of the 7 delegates of Massachusetts, to be there he had to have the sign, word, and grip, and necessarily had taken the same oath that we had all taken on entering the order, not to assist in any way in elevating to any office of trust or profit any person of foreign birth or any Roman Catholics. The oath is as binding on him now as it was then. My name will assure you that I know that of which I speak. I object to Mr. Wilson sneaking out of the scrape, both presior veri and suggestio falsi. Albert Pike, Washington, August 1st, 1872. No intelligent citizen of any part of the United States needs to be told who Albert Pike is, and no one doubts his absolute veracity. We append to his statement above a copy of the Know Nothing oath as administered in the Massachusetts lodges and forwarded to us by a reputable and responsible Massachusetts Know Nothing. Mr. Pike has seen this and vouches for it as the same obligation which he took himself. If Senator Wilson should become president, he would thus be kept by an oath from appointing to office the representatives of over 1/3 of the population, and bound to use all his influence to prevent their obtaining office. Perhaps he might prove as true as his obligation as did President Grant to those he took with Baez. We've already did the reading with Sidi Ali, who went to meet Grant at the White House in regards to him being the first Moorish citizen, and he had the image of President Grant on the wall. So now I'm gonna have to cross-reference, because Sidi Ali was supposed to be the first Moorish American citizen in Coney Island, and this is showing exactly who Albert Pike was always against. That was his foe, his adversary, the Fabian Society, the family, the elite, the ones that want to support their institutions on slavery, mental slavery, and inequality, making you think white and black colorable terms, no nationality. The South has always wanted independence and nationality, quote unquote. I have a very potent reading from Albert Pike in regards to the dead and the living. He's speaking about the status of white and black in regards to black in Spanish being negra and Negro calling yourself death. Text of oath taken by Henry Wilson in 1854. In the presence of the true and ever-living God, and on these sacred scriptures, his holy word, I do declare that I will truly fulfill all my obligations toward my brethren of the order of know-nothings, and that I will keep sacred all the signs, tokens, past and degree words, emblems, and proceedings of said order. And I further declare and solemnly swear that I will not knowingly vote for, appoint, or elect any person of foreign birth or a Roman Catholic to any office of the local or general administration of the American government. And I further declare and I swear that I will use all the means in my power to counteract and destroy the influence of foreigners and Roman Catholics in the administration of the government of the United States and in any and all parts thereof, both local and general. To all this, a free and voluntary obligation on my part without reservation. I pray that I might ever be able to remain true and steadfast, so help me God. They're speaking about the popes of Rome, the papal bull, the three-ring crown, claiming to have control over your spirit, soul, and your carnal flesh. And I would like to note that I didn't see an oath of secrecy in this. They try to say that Albert Pike violated the oath because he said that old boy was a member because he didn't keep his secret. But I didn't see an oath of secrecy in this. It said keep it sacred, not secret. Sacred is preserving it and keeping it fresh for the generations yet unborn. As a member of the Patriotic Lodge, it will become your duty to disregard all personal interest and predilections in the service of your country, in order that the corrupt and evil influence of foreigners may be effectually combated and destroyed. And here it will be understood, sons of foreigners and of Roman Catholics are included. So yeah, all they was pushing was nationality. They wasn't trying to do the caste system no more. In the United States, as you see to this day, they still use the white-black caste system. And you're not going to have peace within until you have independence and nationality. It's of paramount importance. Otherwise, you're stateless indeed. So we just been doing studies. I think we put a video up April 1st. We have a couple more demonstrations that I want to do in regards to the Scottish Rite. Because again, if you're saying you're Scottish or Irish or Cornish or Cornell, Russian, German, those are nationalities. The Masons speak about being a good citizen, you know. First thing, be a good citizen. Well, to be a good citizen, you must have a nationality. You must honor your foremothers and forefathers. You know, saying that you're white or you're a U.S. citizen, that applies to the 14th and 15th Amendment. That's colorable terms. That's what the South was fighting against. They wanted, again, independence and nationality. They didn't want to administrate or move around under a colorable status like white. It took you away and it extinguishes your nationality. It's not for your salvation. It's to be socially absorbed and be taken advantage of. Indeed. I want to get this up by 11, so I'm going to close out with this while it's on my heart. There's been over 5,000 Scottish Rite so-called members of temples that has left the membership due to hardships in life. When you join a temple, Scottish, German, Russian, Cornish, or Cornell, all of that, those are nationalities. It ties you to your land of origin. It gives you your value. Money, clothes doesn't make the man. It's his free national standards because it ties you to your land of origin and backs you with resources. So if you are in a foreign land, which you are in America, you still have some value if you're engaging with someone else who has the same national or nationality principles, where they have their resources right there in front of you because they're at their land of origin. So you can sit there and have and engage in commerce. But you want to call yourself white and black so that you can't own property because you're seen as property. I can't believe that there's thousands, even millions of dollars that was being put down for the temples and all this gold and all these stained glass. But you got brothers that are having hardships in life and can't even get them a sandwich. You know, it's tragic. It's tragic. Those of the Scottish Rite Temple that went to them and showed them the clippings that I was reading in regards to Albert Pike being taken out of the cemetery and put into the Scottish Rite Temple wall. And they straight denied it. And he would show them the clippings and they still would deny it around 1945. So then they say, hey, I'm leaving there because I know they're lying. I seen the clippings, I appreciate what you did, but now I'm like lost a little bit. Then I get their great great grandmother's maiden name and I take them through Ellis Island, show them their foremothers and forefathers and show them that they have a nationality and something way more vast than this Scottish Rite ritual BS could ever show you. It just expands into studying yourself forever and it's endless. You don't go through some 33 degree, you don't go through some finish line like, oh, I reached the highest degree, now I know it all. No, it's endless study to know thyself. You study yourself and you study yourself and you study yourself. Peace and love.